What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. And today's guest needs absolutely no introduction. You've seen his brilliant comedy special, 3 Mics. He's released yet another brilliant comedy special, Blocks. Okay? Now, it's Neal Brennan in the building.
Hey!
Yeah. So I was doing a little bit of research, and your boy Trump is running.
I think he's gonna lose. I just think people. I think he'll win the Republican, the primary.
Yeah,
because he's got the people.
Yeah,
he's got.
Well,
he's got a lot of. He's got the people within.
He's better at running than everybody else.
He wanted. He just wanted a song, and he just wanted Halo. You get a song. It's the only job where you get a song.
Okay.
Other than like the heavyweight champ. Or wrestling.
Wait, presidents get a song.
You get the Hail of the Chief. When you enter.
Yeah, that's cool.
He just wanted the trappings. He barely did the job. When people go, Joe Biden's not doing it. This motherfucker never left the residence, and then when he did, it was to play golf.
Right.
And he wasn't there. He was working from home before that was a thing. He was doing remote.
He did start that.
He did.
Trendsetter.
Yeah, he was doing remote work.
And people judged him.
Yeah.
And now they refuse to go back to the office.
Exactly.
He was just making banana bread. That's all. You know, we're all doing it.
That guy.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I think he'll win the primary, and he'll lose the general because I think people that gave him a chance, I'll get to that in a second. People that gave him a chance in 2016 just got exhausted. So. And then my next thing is, why is everyone so mad at Joe Biden?
Okay. Actually,
it baffled. We did it. Okay. They did a joke at SNL that Joe Biden, he's like, I'm like plastic straws. I was great. Yeah. And then at a certain point, everybody turns on me.
Yeah.
They treat Joe Biden the way they treat Scottie Pippen, where you're like, what are you fucking mad at Scottie Pippen for?
Yeah.
Half of Scottie Pippen's family is in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
His son just died.
Oh, no.
Scottie Pippen strikes me as clinically depressed.
His ex-wife is getting smoked out by
and his wife gets smoked out, and the internet's cheering it. I'm like, this guy's a great fucking basketball player.
Yeah.
Sorry he didn't want to play that one game.
Yeah.
But people love piling on Scottie Pippen. He's the white Joe Biden. Yeah. What's your take on Joe Biden, please?
I don't think that people want to admit it, but they love the climate. So I think that people actually really like, you said it earlier with Trump, it got exhausting. It's not that he was exhausting, it's just...
He was, but yeah.
And I think he's entertaining. I think that what he causes exhaustion is because you have to...
He's Vince McMahon entertaining, though, which is Vince McMahon he would be on twice a week, maybe, and he wasn't on every episode.
Yeah, and you're saying Trump is on every single day.
Yeah, fucking every day.
And everything you say, you have to react to. So the great thing about Biden, I think, and I think that nobody will admit this, but because he's checked out, it's okay that we're checked out. I don't think anyone really wants to be engaged in the political process.
This is a job I never wanted. Yeah. I never wanted. We used to never, I was telling Tom Papa this. I knew Joe Rogan for 15 years. I never thought about his politics ever.
Yeah.
I never thought about
politics. We want to talk about culture. That's fun. But politics is just boring. It's annoying.
It's boring,
And now everybody's like, with Trump, you're like forced to read because you want to be able to discredit that guy. Yeah. And also, whenever the president is like looked at as stupid, it's so nice to feel like you're smarter than the most powerful person in the world. This was like the George Bush thing. Yeah. Like you just got to dunk on this guy.
Yeah.
So I think that we actually secretly love how calm everything is with Biden. It's like, I don't know who the governor of New York is. Like, that's crazy. I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah.
I don't know who my own governor is.
Yeah.
I didn't vote.
It was Cuomo before.
It was Cuomo.
But he banged his way out.
Yeah.
We don't even know if he got the pussy, bro.
I don't think he did. I think he just was like shit. He was like a bad...
You would think that if he actually got fired for something...
He's a real governor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if he was a real governor, he would have... I guess what I'm saying is, so the Trump thing is, are people self-aware enough to realize they enjoy the climate
It's just normal. It's not on fire all the time.
Exactly. And I think we did get exhausted with it being on fire. Now, Trump, the problem is like, you know how looking at your phone or looking at social media, you know is bad for you, but it's engaging as hell?
Yep.
That's the Trump effect, right? Is that we know when he comes back and he starts saying all these things, we're like, this is bad. I'm going to have more anxiety. I'm going to have to learn about fucking abortion rights in every goddamn state so I can have an argument with like my friend's mom about something stupid. I'm going to have to know all these things that I really don't care about. are we going to be self-aware enough to go, I'm exhausted by this. Let the dead guy get another 4 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
fucking absolutely.
But can you vote for a dead guy?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can vote for a dead guy.
Absolutely.
But shouldn't that be his? Not his slogan? No, but like
I'm
shouldn't he?
dead. I'm basically
I'm
dead.
But you can be too.
1 foot in the grave, literally. Why wouldn't? Yeah, fucking. I think you're right. People don't. If you ask me what are you mad at them for, they're like inflation. Look at worldwide inflation. It's fucking
the dollar's
bad
king.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Or look at gas prices.
Yeah. And you weren't
It's
mad when he
not
was
the
giving you that
world.
fucking money.
Yeah. You
Which
weren't mad
caused
when he
the
was giving the
inflation.
money, and you weren't mad. He lowered prescription drug prices, a thing they couldn't do for
He
30
didn't do
years.
shit. He's not here. Okay.
I think he takes not Ritalin. There's another one. Like I think
Adderall.
but not. There's another one that
Meth.
you can take.
He's on meth.
It's
Meth.
methamphetamine.
Yeah.
No, there's
Yeah,
one
yeah.
you can take that's like
I wish you
not
did.
jittery and not.
Cocaine?
He's also
the
been a
meth
weird
describes
dude.
the numbers thing.
Wait,
Like, because
what?
that's how I would say numbers.
Oh,
if I was
millions,
on meth.
billions, trillions.
Yeah, like a toddler. Like he just learned numbers. That's how
Yeah.
excited he is when he has to say something.
He's just a weird dude.
Yeah.
He's just like that guy was weird. He's been weird.
Yeah.
Like he wrote in a book, his wife died, and he wrote a biography, and in the biography, like his wife died, like it happened.
Yeah.
Right. But apparently, I remember reading a paragraph where he's talking about like how much they fucked. And it's like, dog, you don't got to tell me all this.
But how much though?
Yeah.
Do you remember
Like
how
a
much?
lot.
Oh,
Like
nice.
3 or 4 times.
He
a day.
seems horny. Like
Yeah, I
he's
wanna
like,
go my
like
president.
like
Fuck.
Greek people. Like
Yeah.
Greek people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
wait, exactly like Greek people?
Well, I know what you mean.
Hey,
Huh?
hey.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Check the
How do
emails.
you feel about anal?
I've never felt like your arm was longer.
It's like a 3D
What- I don't know
movie, isn't
what
it?
the
It's
fuck just
crazy.
happened.
That thing comes at you, you gotta
I've
dodge.
literally never experienced anything like that.
Yeah. He's Voldemort.
It's like
sometimes.
fucking Uncle Sam. How do you feel about it?
Like a fucking Ripley's Believe It or Not illusion. You're like,
Jesus
what?
Christ, fucking put
No,
it.
but you brought it up. Like, how do you feel about it?
As receiving, obviously.
Yeah. As a receiver.
I had to do a joke in the act about having a finger in my butt. It's fine.
Really? Yeah.
I've had a couple fingers in my butt.
Two at a time?
I've never. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't-
I don't
what?
ask too many questions.
Yeah.
I just let them whatever they're gonna do. I've never. It's whenever it happens, I'm like, I'm not like blown away by
Yeah.
this. Like I'm not gonna build my life around this.
Neal, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
You don't strike me as someone who's blown away by anything. So
No offense taken. Go
okay.
ahead.
So how do you know if you like
If
something?
you're asking me,
if your joy level is like
I
a
had
4,
I went to a urologist 18 years ago. That's how long I've had erectile dysfunction. No, I'm kidding. No, I told you the joke that on Chappelle's show, I had erectile dysfunction, and I was like, dude, I can't, because it was so stressful. And,
Yeah,
and
you're
Chappelle goes,
editing 18
no,
hours
man,
a day."
we got, it's because we're using laptops.
Yeah.
Like, no, dummy. We're both fucking stressed to our ad. You're like a week from Africa. So no. But the
Where do
urologist
white
said,
people go when we're stressed, man?
say again?
Where do white people go when we're stressed?
Yeah.
I know. I like Ireland doesn't have
Just
the
adds
same
to
ring to
stress.
it. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
motherland.
Yeah.
Where would you go? Like,
you know
if-
what? Germany. Wink. Let me answer
And cancel.
So I'm not. I enjoy it, and I'll give it a lot on an orgasm, and women like it.
What is that?
I will
You're vocal?
vocalize. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm not
to
like
reward.
Say again.
You're rewarding them. You're like, this was really
Well,
good.
no, I'm not doing it for them. The urologist that I was talking about that I went to, erectile, et cetera, he was like, when you're having an orgasm, just really let it all go. Don't try to. So now I'm like, nah. No, I'm kidding. But I'm louder than you'd think. Even
Wait.
I think it's funny.
Why do you have to let it out?
I don't know. It could have just been his own personal preference.
He's like, we're leather.
Looking back,
Yeah.
look, hindsight's
issue with your
2020.
orgasm. Yeah.
I don't. I
Put it in a
guess,
ball gag for me,
Yeah,
will you?
exactly.
Send me a pic.
So yeah, maybe looking back, it's
So that was his
a little
advice,
fishy.
and then you just
and
ran
then
with it.
since then I've really gone for it.
Okay, so first orgasm after you got that advice, you really like exhale yoga class, like
I Yeah, I really went for it. Well, it's great when a girl's screaming in your ear.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're. Yeah.
Okay, my boy.
I see you, Neal.
Yeah, I'm a friend of Schulz. You probably heard a lot about me. So yeah, like I'm willing. Like it's fun. It's a fun time. It's like a reward.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
You think they like it when you yell in their ear, though?
They do. Women always say they don't like it when a guy doesn't vocalize.
Yeah.
So I again, it's not crazy. It's
What
like
do you say?
in
Like
character.
what are some like words
I
that
don't
you would
talk.
say? You don't.
I don't like. I always find it the writing. As a person who knows how to write, I just find it embarrassing. I find most dirty talk and sexting embarrassing. Like Adam Levine got popped for like, you're so fucking hot. Meanwhile, any guy's sext in the history of sexting is atrocious.
Oh, you think they criticized him for bad sexting?
Yeah.
Not trying to
No,
name
that
his
was part of it, but
unborn
like they
child
were
after
dunking on him for bad.
Yeah.
I
think you missed what was wrong with that.
I think you're nitpicking.
What are your sounds? How do you sound?
I'm not
coming.
I'm not doing this.
Does it depend on the woman?
You guys are the guy, like, tell us a joke. Come on. Go ahead.
We'll all give you our sound.
I'm literally never going to say this out. You guys can act like you're not going to normalize.
That is it. That's it. You nailed it.
I did say, "Oh God, why?" one time. That was funny.
No,
I did. It's fucking
That was
just to
two
be
fingers
funny.
for
That was
sure.
from
Does it
fuck's
depend
sake.
on the woman that you're with? Like, do you tailor it depending on like your?
Yeah, I'll throw on a like Ideas Mio if she's listening. Yeah, I'll mix it up. I'll go regional. Yeah, that kind of. That's a great question. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense actually. That's
No,
smart.
but you don't make a noise?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
All done.
Right.
He's not. I don't think he's particularly like sexually aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean about that? I'm aggressive. I'm on my back.
Yeah.
Just because I'm on my back.
Yeah, he says he's a bottom top.
I'm a bottom top.
You like being on your back?
I love being on my back.
Well, I've been doing a joke recently that like it's a hard work to fuck for a guy. It's a fucking planks class. It's a fucking cardio class.
Yup.
For however long you're doing it,
Yup.
and it's women have no appreciation for it
None.
because they get on top and they're like, "This is hard." Yeah, no kidding,
I
honey.
gotta do a bit more cardio, bro. It ain't
No,
that.
dude, that's how I knew I was getting fat. I was in Italy and I was in a push-up and I had to get down to the elbows, dude. Because
yeah.
I'm not saying I can't do
I had to
it.
hit down to the
Yeah.
elbows because it was too much.
did
The
a
plank was too
girl's
much.
push-up.
Say, I was doing a girl's push-up.
Yeah. I do. I'm in decent shape. Schulz has seen it.
Yeah.
I sent
Dude,
Schulz
the bod is crazy,
I sent
bro.
Schulz a topless at one point, a nude.
The bod is crazy.
That's fucking
Still
surprising.
had his blue bubble jacket on. I've never seen him take
How's,
that
how's,
off.
the, how's the piece?
It's fine. Not bad.
Good
No
piece.
complaints.
No complaints?
Yeah.
But what piece?
Smooth.
Your dick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But you didn't send me your dick before.
No.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Okay, dude. Sorry, man.
2 more of these.
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Was I
Look,
going
you
too
got
far?
the new set.
Yeah.
What'd you drop? 1,300 on
Yeah,
this?
15. He's been waiting to get that joke out.
The real price, I'm sure the real price is like 45 grand.
45 what?
Grand.
What
More?
do you mean?
90?
What are we talking about here?
90 for this?
What is this? What are we doing right now?
The bill.
What are we doing right now?
You don't want to do this?
What are we doing right now? What are we? $90,000 for this?
Keep going.
Yeah.
For the look how many lights alone. Look out the lights.
Are you the builder?
Count
What's
the
going
lights.
on?
I was involved in the project, Neal.
The lights. The
Can
lights.
you look? Can you count the lights for
Whoa,
me?
is that real stained glass? Is that the sky?
That's the sky. That's the sky.
fucking-
We had to drill a
Whoa.
hole through the top floor just to get that sky.
Oh, wait, look, and make it go a little
He did
sunset.
it. He did it.
Make it
Okay,
clap
good.
one time.
Exactly. You think
Am I
that's
in-
$90,000 right there?
Am I at the Vatican right now?
It feels that way, doesn't it?
Where the fuck am
How
I?
much was the Vatican? And adjust for slave
Nobody
labor.
knows. Over 100?
Oh, yes, Neal.
Great. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you for making me feel bad.
What?
Hey, congrats.
I
Which
don't-
block is that?
Boy, oh boy.
He said he could.
Aren't you surprised by how fucking expensive shit is? Isn't it all? Everything's so fucking
Yeah.
expensive. I'm always like, I hate how expensive it is.
I
saying
feel
he's
he's
so
juggling
new
with me
money right
No.
What is
But
happening
whenever
right
you
now?
got to do
He just
something like
called
this,
it $1,300, and now he's like, "Isn't
I was
shit
making fun of it.
expensive?"
I thought it was. I literally thought it was 45 grand, which would have been a lot of money.
It's heartbreaking to me that you think that.
That it's only
I mean,
45.
look at the plants.
Well, I thought they were a sponsor. I thought today's episode was sponsored by Plants. Enter promo code bottom top or whatever the fuck you called yourself. Let's move on.
They don't all hit. It's all right.
Fucking sit down.
They don't all hit. Not all of them, but
I'll let you know when
great,
it.
though.
Schulz is giving me weird improv energy.
Listen, I have to do it. Don't put this on me. Don't put this to say my studio's 45 grand.
That's a lot of money.
Even the inflection in your voice made me believe that you didn't believe that.
heard it for
There we
you.
go.
Yeah,
There we
for
go.
you. I get why
That's a
people
lot of
think you're
money for
Jewish.
you.
Yeah, I get that.
The 45 grand's a lot. Would be a lot of money.
It is. It would be. It would be.
Anyhow, so
Yeah.
I don't sext. I'm literally ask girls. By the way, the DMs on this special are so goddamn funny.
Really?
Let's go.
There's some just like, but then a lot of them are like, hey, I think you're autistic. Hot girl, I click. Watch the special, I think you're autistic. So are we meeting or not?
They like that. Emotionally unavailable, intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. But it's more diagnoses.
Do you think that you're autistic?
I don't think I am.
Or just numb?
I could go either way.
I think you present as spectrum, but it's actually numb.
It depends how hot the girl is that told you that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If she says you're autistic and she's really hot, you're like, I'm autistic.
I'm so fucking autistic.
How
Me
autistic do you
too.
want me to be? Let's go see a train set. I don't give a shit. Like,
You got to meet my dinosaurs.
I hope you like trains. I'll bring my friends.
Do you watch the show, Love on the Spectrum?
I haven't watched it, no.
Oh, because there's a guy who loves the dinosaurs.
Oh,
in
that's
it,
so
and
fucking
he's so
funny.
adorable. They're all so adorable. I think that's
People love that show. I never watched it.
It's the best because you get to laugh with them.
Oh, like they're like sort of like in on
They're
it?
funny.
Yeah.
And their whole family loves them and thinks they're funny, and they laugh at the funny things that they
Somebody
do.
told me the funniest story about, so her brother has Down syndrome, and it was his 13th birthday, and her mom made like a birthday video with Black Eyed Peas, Let's Get Retarded.
And the bass keeps
Like
running,
just straight
running,
up family video, Let's Get Retarded for their Down syndrome brother's fucking birthday.
And did they?
One of them did. Excellent. So if you can do it, if you're making jokes about it, it's
You can't have sex to that song, by the way. That's actually a good note for you.
You know that for a fact? You
Yeah.
learned that the hard way?
What happened?
I knew someone that was conceived to Let's Get Retarded.
Get out of here.
Oh.
Oh,
And?
They became a famous comedian named Neal Brennan.
whoa!
Okay.
Whoa!
Hit
Okay,
them with it, they don't all hit. Alex, do me a favor, hit them with another thing.
Sorry, you'll get it next time.
okay. So you don't care that Trump is running again?
No.
It doesn't matter.
I just think he's going to lose.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to say it's right. I was reading a thing like like Frank Lutz did one of those polls where he just asked people.
Yeah.
And he's wrong all the time, but I do like when he just says what he goes.
Yeah.
And a guy said, a Trump voter said Trump broke America emotionally,
Yeah.
which was like a very funny way to put it.
Yeah.
And I also think the constant saying it was stolen and all that shit. It's like only his boys, like
Yeah.
the crazies believe it.
Yeah.
And half of them are in jail. The thing about Trump is you go to jail if you fuck with him.
Yeah.
If you're close enough, like how close to Trump were you? How much time did you do? That's the closer you get, the more. His fucking lawyer did 2 years.
Yeah.
It's insane. His guy's testifying today.
Yeah.
It's like he will bring you down.
So basically, it will be another one of those like we're voting for not Trump elections because you're not really voting for Biden. You don't know what the fuck Biden is doing. Maybe
but you're
you
voting for like normalcy. And again, I think there's too
vote
much
to
put on.
disengage. That's what it is.
Yes, two people are voting on. They're voting on charisma, and all, but I think at this point it's like, let me just. What's the normal, regular? I don't care.
Yeah.
I just no crazy.
Yeah.
It's like after you date like a Puerto Rican girl.
Yeah.
Just go, you know what?
Yeah, it's enough.
A nice white girl
Let's whiten it
like
up.
gets along with her parents.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Has a day job.
Wait, are you dating right now?
I mean,
Is there a special girl in your life?
there's no special. You ever hear Hedberg's joke?
No.
I don't have a girlfriend, but I do know a girl who'd be mad to hear me say that.
Yeah.
And that's how you
Excellent.
feel?
No, I'm not even that. I'm not even that. No one would be mad.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm just saying. No, nothing?
I mean, what are you asking me?
I want to know if you love somebody, Neal.
Oh, I don't love. I wasn't loving February and March.
No, Valentine's.
Is that when we met?
Valentine's Day.
We had a little lunch. You were closing a home. Your nice little home in Santa Monica. No, you got that new.
I'm not doing this real estate.
You got that
No,
new
was
little
in June.
home.
That was in June.
Tiny little.
Yeah.
You got that tiny little home.
Yeah, the tiny home.
That little tiny home that
tiny
you
home.
got. Yeah.
I was in love February, March, and she didn't like the intimacy.
Whoa.
Isn't that weird?
Huh.
She said, "Get this." I was the most emotionally available person she'd ever dated, and she didn't like it.
You were.
I was. So I don't know who she was dating.
Ugh, that's gotta crush you.
No, but I'm very. I didn't mind it because I fought a good fight. I was cool. I never lost my temper. I was never like babyish. I never held a grudge. I was just there. I was present. The feeling was amazing. We fell in love in like 4 dates. Where she was like, she actually goes like, we're fucked.
Really?
Because she was moving. She moved. I think she ended up moving in July. I don't really know for a fact, but she was supposed to. So, long story short, and then
live together?
No, it was 2 months. So it was like.
Was it healthy? Was like the in and out healthy?
The in I thought was healthy. The out was. Do you ever date a girl who is coming up with fake reasons why she doesn't want to date you? And you're just like, just say you don't want to date me. Don't say that I texted too much at dinner. It was just one of those things like, what?
Yeah. Because now she's giving you a complex. It's like, what? You're just coming up with random shit?
I tell people if I break up with somebody.
better than being like, it's your personality.
No, yeah. I agree.
Right?
But the heat with which she was saying, I get that. I never say why I don't think you should tell someone why you're breaking up with them.
Oh, wait, why not?
Because it's a personal.
You literally just were like, just say why, and now you.
No. I don't give them fake reasons. It doesn't work for me. Shit like that. I feel like I don't feel the same way. That type of thing. You can say that.
Yeah, but say specifically what about the other person you don't like just seems mean.
I think it's mean because it's specific to me.
Yeah, and that's not going to change.
Yeah. I don't expect. It's like I don't like your hair. Some people, it's like I don't like your smell or whatever. Like pheromones or like your habits, your job. Your I don't know. I'm not gonna make you feel shitty about it because it didn't work for me.
Can I make an observation about you?
I love it.
Okay. Okay. You know how oftentimes
I feel like you just fell in love with me.
No. I feel like
did we get a single of him?
Look at his pants.
So careful now. So the outside, oftentimes like outsiders make the greatest observations on like their community, right? We've spoken to this about like some of even the best comedians, right? Like you look at a guy like Rock, who obviously grew up in Brooklyn, but then was able to go to like private school, so he could also reflect on the life that he had in Brooklyn, but reflect on this other thing as well.
I think it was like I don't think it was private.
Or
he went to public. He got bused to white public.
Oh, white public. Yeah, private.
Private. It's him.
I wonder if you have all these great observations on humanity because you find yourself oftentimes outside of it.
I would argue that's true.
Yeah.
Somebody, when you have to log on to a website, like a ticket website, and you have to click I'm not a robot.
Yeah.
I just have to go to another website.
Not that you're a robot, but like you're paying really extra attention to the things that people are doing because it might take you a little bit longer to understand those emotional reactions.
I'm really good at pattern recognition.
Yeah.
Like crazy good at it. Like weird. Like I can jokes, like popular jokes I've done that are like just pure pattern recognition where I'm like, eh. But what I learned in this relationship was, you know how women want to feel seen? They don't want to feel that seen. They want to feel seen to a point. They want to feel seen in a way like
show the face, but then the rest can be.
Well, no, I'm talking about they want to cover like wear
I think they figured it out.
Yeah, that's cool. Burqa, please.
Just right.
I think it's wrong what's happening in Iran. What I mean is, I think the women are wrong. Like I'm good at observing, but women, I think, want you to notice what they want you to notice. They don't want you to notice all of their habits or all of anybody really. It's like, you guys know shit about each other that you can't believe. It's like you just know each other so well.
Yeah.
But I think in a relationship, there's a part you almost have to not. You're married, like you have to not comment or pay attention or like, yeah, it's funny, like weird emotional habits somebody have. You just have to go, yep. That's what's happening.
Yeah. I want you to see me the way I see myself, or like
the way
my narrative self.
Yes.
See me as my narrative self.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, I try hard and I'm underappreciated and I'm smart about like all the things that you tell yourself.
Yes.
But don't see the terrible like neurotic habits that I have that make me an awful person.
Especially when you're the person whose opinion I care most about in the world.
Yeah.
If you're my wife, I want you to see me as, you know, the person in the hero's journey. Whatever. What is up?
Joseph Campbell.
Yeah, Joseph Campbell. But Izzy said it. Player one. Style banner. He's like, you're player one in your movie. And when your wife sees you as not that at all, that's devastating.
Yeah. If your wife, I don't like, you know, when you start doing open mics and you're like, I'm going to bring a girl. And of course.
Never.
You never brought a girl? You knew not to?
I didn't even bring my friends, my family. I didn't want any of them to see me.
Yeah, that's like psycho
I was
behavior.
so concerned about like losing my status amongst the people that I really loved and cared about as a funny person because I wasn't funny on stage yet. Like, I had such a dumb, insecure thought, but I was like,
last year.
Wham!
End it.
Bye, guys.
It ends now.
No, but like, I was like, oh, if they see me being not funny on stage, will they think that I'm not funny in real life, you know? And, And I mean, it was like, I didn't want them to see it at all.
That's like when a girl won't show you her driver's license because she's like, I look ugly in the picture. I'm like,
I'm looking at you, bro.
I see your actual face.
Yeah. That's interesting. So you were bringing girls to open mics?
I mean, I wouldn't like...
You were also famous by then, too.
Fucking soup. I couldn't walk down the street.
Why were you doing open mics?
What? Because...
You were a famous person.
Schulz, let me explain.
I used to remember you coming to the Boston.
People resent me.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Well, there's many reasons.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You'll walk into a very expensive studio, say, you know, $45,000. Say that's a lot of money.
Can you do a poll?
Your clothing.
Comment. Finally, I want to hear your
clothing.
comment.
They'll resent that. Do you know what I mean?
What about it? Pink?
Say what?
My pink?
Actually, you're killing it.
Yeah.
But there's always one thing off.
Go.
Really?
NBA socks.
These are from Ross Dress for Less. Does that help?
Oh, shit. Oh, that makes perfect sense.
What's wrong with NBA socks?
I mean, you got like this chic, like tech guy.
I like that I, you know, keep, I like other.
You're still in the league.
I'm in the league. I get minutes. I deserve minutes.
Yeah.
I deserve some
We
run.
need to get you some bird dogs.
Yeah.
What are those?
Oh, you don't know about
You
those?
haven't seen
The socks?
No, these are like the tech bro
Yeah, these are
shoes.
tech-
Oh,
They
the
make their own
bird,
shoe.
the shoe. No,
Yeah.
these are Adidas. These are Pharrell Adidas, but they look like those birds.
Yeah.
Which I don't like.
You're not into the bird dogs.
No.
All birds. All birds.
Oh, all birds?
All birds. That's
Whatever,
right. Bird
dude.
dog. Yeah, you go.
I don't know.
So I would go and I remember I brought somebody. Yeah. I ate shit. So, well, first of all, a woman came to this show, to Blocks, when I was doing it off Broadway. You came, Mark.
Yeah,
and
it was wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Alex did too.
Yeah,
you
I
forgot.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were there.
Yeah.
He
Interesting.
got there late.
Yeah, thank you.
Interesting.
Trust me, I would have been excited if I knew there was a black person there. It's me. It's me.
I was looking around.
Yeah. They would always say, like, there are more black people here than normal. I'm like, yeah, just fucking, it's weird if you go in the Breakfast Club, look, come. A woman came to literally the worst show I had. We'd gone out twice, and I think we'd slept together maybe. Never heard from her again.
No. Wow.
Yeah, which was fucking hilarious. I salute you.
No.
Yeah, bid that badly. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it's not like open mic bomb. It was just like a bit of
the same show that we
bit
saw.
of a clanker. Yeah, the thing that's on Netflix didn't really work. Never heard from her again. Which
I feel like even if you bomb, your ideas are good, so it's interesting.
right.
Like I could feel like it's almost like a conversation at like
She
a cafe.
didn't agree with you. She felt a different way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
She didn't even
I
like
think.
the
I
ending?
literally haven't heard from her.
What about at the end when you move the block? Oh, what?
It's a
sorry.
surprise.
Yeah.
But we want. Okay, there's something at the end. Retention.
There's
something at the end,
there's a
retention.
Marvel preview.
Yeah.
How certain are you that
You know
it
what's
was
really funny? You came. This is so funny. This shows like a little bit of like a generational thing. You came in earlier to the studio and you're like, you know, it's really interesting. Like Netflix called me and they're like, people are watching it to the end, right?
Yeah.
And then immediately Mark and I are like, oh well, yeah, you have a really good device for attention and there's different blocks they want to see, whatever. And you're like, oh yeah, I could see how that. You like by accident created a really good thing. Did you notice that? Did you know that you completely by accident?
Has anyone ever punched Schulz?
45 grand.
Yeah, I know. Use that.
45 grand. You got him early, bro.
Call Jake Paul. I'm gonna fight Schulz. And I'm gonna get on top.
Hey.
That was part of it because I knew that there's really no incentive to. I remember having a conversation with Mulaney 2 specials ago for him. I go, are you closing with "Buy the Cow"? That was his like great bit. Like, when people go, why would you buy the cow when you get the milk for free? And he's like, well, because the cow is putting a lot of pressure on you and all this stuff. It was about his ex-wife. No, and I said, are you going to close with it? And he goes, no, I'm putting it like 3rd.
Yeah.
And I was, why? And he goes, because people turn these things off.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of a thing like an ongoing little narrative throughout the show that people could follow.
Yeah.
So that it wasn't, you're not going to believe this. I thought of it before you. Before you and Mark told me about it in the rec room.
Cut that.
I thought of it.
Yeah, cut that.
But you inspired him to think of this.
Yeah, we inspired you.
It was an inception thing.
Do you see Andrew as your muse?
Yeah.
I will say what Andrew is for me, and this is about to get a little salty.
Here we go.
There we go.
Sweating
Schulz
a little bit.
was one of the only. Schulz is like a Gerard Carmichael, but he'll pick up the phone. Schulz is like a Gerard Carmichael who will respond to your text. I used to look at Gerard
with more time.
Gerard, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He has to keep coming out. I like you guys did that joke about him. Like second time he came out. You're helpful with like you're younger. I literally didn't see him come out the first time, so it was the first time to me. And then you guys said that he came out. He'd already come out in the Breakfast Club.
Is that how you're gonna tell the story?
Straight up. That's what I'm trying to give you credit for something.
Yeah. You're
For
insulted.
once. Now you're like, I don't want it, boss. You're like a young person to me, even though you're not actually young.
Sure.
You're like more.
Yeah.
You were like, we got to talk about your social media, and it was helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been great, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you always had jokes.
Yes.
That's never been the
I
thing.
have actual jokes.
What's the vehicle?
Yeah.
Like, how do you put them in a way where people can digest them? And you had all these like great bits. And what I like about you is that like you're like a real, I don't want to insult and non-comedians, but like you're like a real comedian in that like I can speak to you in a way that it's not going to be sensitive. Like there's certain people like I have to be very delicate.
I was talking to some like comics in their
Neal,
20s
this is
the other
horrible.
day.
Why are you wasting? I think the first message was like, why would you waste this
Well, that's
joke?
what people, I talk like that.
Yeah, it
and
gets
people
the
get
fucking
offended.
point.
And I was talking to like people in their 20s comics, and they were like, no one ever talks to us like this. I was like, because they're like, we can't take it.
You've had enough ego deaths, I think, that you can't hurt his ego.
Yeah.
You can't kill what's dead. You know what I mean? And the ego death has died.
I'm dead. I've been dead for so long. I've also gotten pummeled by show business, so I'm just like, okay, cool. Like I don't, whatever. I don't expect anything good to happen.
Yeah.
So when somebody, and also no one ever offers me tips, and I'm constantly offering people tips.
Yeah, I reach out.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're like a white Gerard who picks up the phone.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Did Mulaney know you were going to make the joke about him in the special?
Yes, he came. He'd seen it.
Yeah.
And he was a bit like, when he saw it, I did Cosby, Louis, Ali Wong, because it's about comedians getting divorced.
Yeah.
Mulaney.
Yeah.
And so when he watched I sent him a link, and he was like, was it Cosby, Louis, me when I saw it? And I was like, no, Ali was in there. And I was like, and I bet it's hard. I bet it's hard to hear that list, but it's so wrestling-y.
Yeah.
Like I literally I got one more, and you guys to give it to me straight. Mulaney, and they're like, oh my God, it's like a funny moment.
Yeah.
But I think he was like, I'm sure he like flinches a little.
Yeah.
Just because who wants to hear your divorce brought up?
Yeah.
Such a great friend.
I mean, I wanted to get the word out.
Yeah.
His whole act is about fucking his turmoil.
Neal, you don't want. Every time we have lunch, you remind me that you're not going to have children.
Yep.
And I'm curious what your I want you to, but I'm curious, one, what your observation is on people with kids and what changes.
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Everyone I know who has kids fucking loves it.
Yeah.
If we're talking about Mulaney, Mulaney fucking loves having a kid. People I wouldn't think would
This
be
is not
into it.
Mulaney, but like the people who maybe are like the most selfish or narcissistic all of a sudden are like starting to live for something else you never thought that was possible.
Jerry Seinfeld said he fucking loves having, in a way that's like really surprising. He said it opens up a part of your brain that you didn't know existed as a guy. It just like a hard drive that you didn't. You have to put it in computer terms for me. In robot terms. A hard drive, you say? Like a J9460? And I just made that up.
Okay.
It sounded like a hard drive.
Alex?
I'm letting him go. Come on. You can push through this, so come on, Neal. You got it.
It would have been fine if you'd hadn't. The only one who's actually bombed was him.
Stop it. Don't do this to me.
You've had some good ones,
Don't do that either. Don't do that either.
Look, you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy.
A compliment or a diss from Neal? What do you think is...
It's the knee touch. It's the knee touch.
Look, we're crazy about you. Look, I love a lot of the stuff you're saying.
This is what it feels like to have a kid. You know that, Neal? Yeah. You can touch my leg, give me advice.
Yeah. I just don't want to do it. But like people who I consider myself somewhat temperamentally similar to, love it. So there is a part of me that's like, it could. But I just the thing I talk about in the show, which is if I don't make the emotional connection, then I'm fucking the kid. I'm not fucking myself. Because as a dad, you just go like, I'm fucking them over. You just go like, fine, I'll send them to school. You can throw money at it. You can throw like, what do you need? Yeah, hello, hey, FaceTime.
So do those parents that we all know, do they just not have that connection? Because you're in Hollywood, you see a lot of these parents who...
Oh, no, but I know... Well, I don't... Oh, the real narcissists?
Dads also have that hard drive put in?
I don't think so.
They don't. So
my guess is they don't. My guess is they think they like kind of do.
Yeah.
But I don't think they really do.
Because you have in the show, and I don't want to give it away, but you have this great bit about your relationship with dogs.
Yes.
And just dogs in general.
It's fine, which is like a fine relationship.
Yeah, but...
So,
yeah, exactly. Are you concerned that will happen with a kid? Yeah, so it makes sense that you wouldn't want to engage in that thing because God forbid you loved...
Well, what is your relationship with your parents like? Because I just went to my mom's house and it's like, and my sister's there and my nephew, and it's kind of like, it's like, it's just small talky. Literally, it's like you get there and it's like, how was traffic? What do you do? When's the special coming out? I mean, there's nothing. It is a desert.
Dude, I'm telling dude, it's just...
Well, are you...
I just love you because you'll exist in the conversation and at the exact same time be like analyzing what's happening, even like with your family.
With my mother.
With your mother. You're not just...
Now, having said that, I feel... My mom's old, so like I really... She's moving. Yeah. We went to her house. It was sweet. She showed me her, like, it was cute and like I felt real. And this ain't bullshit.
Yeah. But
I'm sure it sounds like.
Yeah, it feels like.
It has the
she's a real
timber.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, maybe. But so I did feel connected, and I do feel like she's 88, so it's like, there's probably not a ton of years left.
Yeah.
So because there's not a ton of years because I'm gonna kill myself.
Not even for her.
Long before she died.
So there's not that like feeling. I guess some people describe when they go back home like there's this comfort, there's this ease. These people love you unconditionally, and because of that, you can kind of be yourself.
I don't exactly get that. I actually do get it with her, but I don't. But like the house itself is like where I grew up. My dad was.
You got a little trauma.
It's a little
nieces
like,
and nephews, right?
I have a lot of.
And how do you feel about them?
I like them, and I I like some of my brothers and sisters too. Yeah. Some. But I like them because my brothers and sisters were actually like good to me because I was the youngest. So they'd take me to like, I went to like, my brother worked at Wrigley Field and the Chicago Stadium. So I went to like 100 Cubs games. Yeah. Like no ticket, walk in. I used to go to Bulls games. I saw Michael Jordan it was so long ago, Michael Jordan got mistaken for someone else. That's how long ago this was. A little white girl goes, "Are you Orlando Woolridge?" And he made that face. Like, you little motherfucker. Like, Orlando Woolridge. It was his second year, but he got hurt in the first year, whatever.
Wow.
So I used to go to Bulls games, like, and my brother Kevin's a comedian, so I used to come here all the time and like would go to comedy clubs when I was in high school. So like, I'm grateful to them. So if my nieces need tickets for Dave or John Mayer or like guys I know, it's a joy to get them tickets because they did it. Their parents did it for me. So like, I like that.
You like making them happy.
I like reciprocating. I like being like, you know.
And you don't feel like that's a proxy for what your kids would feel like too?
A lot of Dave Chappelle tickets? Probably.
Why'd you guys stop doing that show?
I know. He's so funny. So yeah, it might be, but I just don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's cool. Yeah. So you see that people have kids, and then this different part of them is accessed.
I think the kind of love you have with a kid is you literally cannot get with someone who's not your kid.
Very Greek. Very Greek.
Very Greek. Yeah. You're afraid, though, that you maybe wouldn't have that. Mm-hmm. And not having that would be what? Devastating? It would confirm that...
Well, I just think it would be it'd be bad for the kid. Like I wouldn't want, and I don't think they know it. But
I feel like you could fake it. Like I feel like you could do the job.
I could, like, but again, like I could also, like I said in the show, I could be a good Marine. I just don't want to be a Marine. Like I don't, like I could fake it. Yeah. But I get real pissy about my time, and it's like I just like I like my dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You know how I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm curious, do your other siblings in the lineup, depending on age, how much did that impact how much they wanted to have kids, or like where they took their lives?
Joey, Sheila, Tommy, Mary. A lot of the older ones, most of all of them have kids except the ones that don't. 3 out of the bottom 5 don't. So yeah. Good question.
I'm 6 of 7, so I'm always curious.
Okay.
My parents had 7 kids. I'm number 6, so almost the youngest.
But you want children.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm very excited. But had my parents had 3 more kids, maybe that would be fucking weird.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Wait,
he wants them so bad, and it's the sperm is bad. It doesn't taste good. Anyway. He's back. No, let me taste it. Yeah, we're on. He's back.
Did you get cauterized? Did you get what is it called?
Zapped up.
Nah.
What is it called? Cauterized, right? Vasectomy. Yeah.
Thank you, the judges.
Yeah.
The judges weighed in.
No. Okay, so it could happen.
I mean, look, anything's possible.
Yeah.
But not likely.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll take a break for a second. Listen, lots of adults out here choose to use nicotine, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, okay? I'm telling you right now, if you are one of the millions of adults who are using nicotine, you know that not all products are the same, and there's one new product that stands above the rest. Lucy Breakers are the only nicotine pouch that gives you a blast of flavor from the first moment to the last. Each pouch contains a capsule that you break open to release a rush of flavor that doesn't fade away like those other pouches. You know the ones that rhyme with Finn. I don't need to say them, but you get it, okay? They come in so many flavors: mint, berry, citrus, mango, and even espresso. Are you kidding me? I'm definitely hitting up the espresso, okay? And you don't even have to go to the gas station or corner store to get them. Just order them online and they'll be shipped straight to your door. Every order gets free shipping. Plus, if you subscribe, you'll save 15% and never run out. Think about this, okay? If you've used Lucy Breakers, I'm telling you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't used Lucy Breakers, you're gonna try and be like, damn, that motherfucker was right, because they're the goddamn truth. So whether you use nicotine while working, creating, or playing, Lucy Breakers are the intelligent choice. And we got a special deal for our listeners. Get $10 off your first order when you use the promo code FLAGRANT at checkout. And shipping is always free. That's lucy.co, promo code FLAGRANT, to receive $10 off and free shipping. Visit lucy.co for more details. And we thank Lucy for sponsoring this podcast. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Now, let's get back to the show.
Also, guys, I need to tell you about some dates I got. December 1st, I'm gonna be in Tempe, Arizona. And January 14th, super excited about this, I'm going to be at the Wilbur Theater. We will sell these tickets out. You need to get them now. And January 21st and 22nd, I'm gonna be in Vegas. I'm not supposed to announce that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Who cares? Get your tickets at akashsing.com. Now let's get back to the show.
Do you play with clitorises?
That's what dinosaur is that?
Yeah.
Because he has.
Play with clitoris. Yeah, I will play with clitoris.
You will play
Did
with
you
them.
watch the orgasm documentary?
No.
Orgasm Inc. on Netflix?
No.
It's the whole, they had a whole like group, basically. Tim Ferriss went to it and wrote about it in one of his books.
Oh, wow.
Where the most sensitive part of the clitoris is like upper,
That's a clitoris, Neal?
I deal with giant clitted women.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the clitoris. This
Where are
is
they from?
I'm looking at her. So the most sensitive part is here on
Gotcha.
the clitoris. So
Yeah.
it was called one touch, and they would just rub that part, and they said the pressure should be like turning the page on a book, which you've probably never done.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know books.
But turning the page on a book for 15 minutes straight.
You have to rub it for 15, and
Yes.
you believe that they need to.
It was a
orgasm
whole group
in order
like
to have the baby.
and it was like effective.
And would you do that?
I've never done it, but it's good information to have.
Yeah.
I see.
Yo, you are a robot.
That's some robot shit, right? I downloaded the software update, but
Okay.
I
haven't
need
used
the
it.
info.
Keep on going.
Look,
Yeah.
you guys. This guy's fucking his way to robot heaven. I don't know what that means. I couldn't. Once I was in it, this robot fucking. I don't even know what to say. But it was confusing.
I felt the pressure.
And I'll say that it had a spirit to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
You should not only don't cut it, repeat it.
Yeah. Slow-mo.
Do a picture in picture. It's good info. I think a lot of pleasing a woman.
Are you a munch?
I know. Are you trying to hit me with like the cool new terms? And I go, yeah, I'm a munch, and everybody laughs at the fat kid.
No.
No, dude.
But are you though?
But are you? Yeah.
I'm not playing this game.
No, are you a munch?
I'm not. Yeah, let me do my orgasm noise for you guys.
That's what I've been waiting for this whole time.
A munch is a guy who eats pussy.
Yeah. I
Are you
consider,
that?
Of course.
The rapper Ice Spice? You thought I was feeling you?
I know that
You know
these
the
are.
song?
I know Nicki Minaj is involved. I see that. I just don't click on them. I know that there's. I know the information.
Yeah.
It's just getting to the point. I liked it when that guy called you out on saying mid. That was very. that was
That
great.
guy?
Yeah. Porno. Yeah. I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
I think going.
That was
pleasing-
amazing that you were able to find a moment where I looked like you look right now
Yeah.
and immediately throw it back out at me. Like your brain was operating
Robot
at
brain.
unbelievable
It's a robot.
speed
Yeah,
right there.
I'm talking, I'm touching knees, and I'm fucking being defensive at the same time. You can't believe it. You wouldn't last a minute in here. Pleasing Woman is a bit like a escape room. Where you're just trying, like, here, no,
Flipping keyboards, anything.
Yeah, like, over here,
yeah.
is this
Looking for
hotter,
clues.
warmer, pushing against,
Yeah.
no, flipping. So,
Yeah.
but
But it gets easier once you've been in the same escape room over and over, right?
Are you in the same escape room?
It's a wedding ring, dogs.
You seen one of these
Is
before?
that not like does it take your heart rate and everything?
Yeah, no.
Is that a lifestyle?
Yeah, it's a
thing?
whoop. It's a whoop wedding ring. Yeah. My sleep,
Or,
terrible.
How much helps out your blood oxygen level? Anyhow.
Oh, God.
It's not now, right?
Is that your girlfriend?
No, that's my lady. That's my wife. So
Will you ever negotiate, like when a girl's like, I kind of like when my clit is played with like this? Are you ever like, well, it's
I
better?
like direction. No,
Oh, okay.
I think that you should.
You like being corrected? Because sometimes that can be tricky.
I don't see it as corrected.
Like you're doing your thing knowing that it's 15 minutes of just
I don't do 15 minutes of that.
Oh, no, never.
No.
Yeah.
I just would. Like, it's just not it's not a good use of my time. I got shit I got to do.
What, they're doing Morse code?
Yeah, I got to fucking
whole
go.
Seinfeld
I got
episode?
to update the fucking operating system. Yeah, I don't mind a note.
So, okay.
Help. I mean, it has to be, specified.
Yeah, for them.
They're all generally the same, but then some will have shit that's like, oh, I wouldn't have done that.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's sometimes, little, maybe traumas built in that.
It's not even traumas. It's just some of them, if they use toys too much, you gotta really go at
fucked.
them.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
What about watching the porn during it? Have you ever had one of those?
It wasn't, I know.
No.
Do you guys listen to music?
Neal, I'm going to walk off this fucking podcast. Neal.
When you're fucking, right?
Okay, when we're talking about fucking.
Yeah.
I thought that you were just having
Yeah,
like
have you heard
a,
this music?
yeah.
Have you guys heard this Stevie Wonder? They got a guy, Stevie Wonder. The music's not great, but he's blind. So you feel good when you listen to it. No, a girl got mad at me for listening to music when we were having. She was like, I've never listened to music before. I was like, what?
Was Ray Charles blind too?
He was.
So how the fuck did you know he was in Georgia?
It's been sitting on that premise for.
I mean, it just came to me right now. Like, we've empowered him too much. We've empowered him too much.
How
did you do that?
Sit back
I
there and
know.
be the fucking
One
judge.
joke the whole
I
time.
know. Cough him up, Al. What's your hot take on Ray Charles?
He's gonna take a picture of his feet. We on the wood. Because he's so excited to be sitting this close to the court.
I like that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's good.
The girl got on me about that. Ray Charles, you saw the movie, right?
With the hole in the wrists to see if they're fat.
Well, yeah, but I also you're like, this is an amazing performance, and then he takes it off, and you're like, oh, it's just Jamie Foxx
Yeah.
doing an impression.
Yeah.
But before that, it's like a real movie. But then I was like, oh, it's Jamie. It's like,
Yeah, but Jamie's also the most talented human being ever.
totally agreed.
Yeah. Like
Unbelievable.
He's so talented that when he plays Stevie Wonder, or he plays Ray Charles.
Ray Charles,
He
yeah.
plays Ray Charles, you're kind of like, oh, I like Stevie better. You know what I mean?
Wait, you like Stevie?
Or I'm sorry, you
This
like.
is a very confusing answer.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah.
You're Alex. Are you Alex?
Yeah. Al, speak up or forever hold your peace.
They all look the same. I don't know, dude. They're so similar. How do you know which is which, dude?
He dug himself out.
Hashtag thoughtful racism.
But no, I like Jamie better than Ray Charles. I'm like, oh, I like Jamie's music better.
Yeah.
So you see him as an actor, and you're like, yeah, I wish the movie was just about him.
Was about him doing his songs.
Yeah,
I
right?
don't think anybody feels that way.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
a single
That being
person
said,
feels that
I
way,
think
but-
Jamie is undeniably the most talented human being.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Does impressions. He does funny walking impressions. He literally does an impression of OJ's walk that will fucking kill you.
Where'd you see this?
He did it in one of his specials. He just does an OJ walk impression. You're like, how the fuck do you have an
he's
OJ walk?
unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
Fantastic. Jamie Foxx, God bless.
Friends?
No.
Really?
I don't know him. I've met him
You
a
guys
couple
never
times.
met?
I'll see him sometimes. I think he thinks me and Dave have beef, so he's always a little wary.
Do people still think that?
So, some guys, yeah. Cat Williams thought me and Dave had beef, and I was like, no.
Alex thought.
Yeah.
Maybe it's black people think that you and Dave have
yeah.
beef.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it's fine. Maybe they know something I don't.
Yeah.
No, but so he thought.
Can you tell the story about you said go back to Africa and then he fucking did it? Like, can you tell that story once and for all?
All right, I've told it so many times. You never think they're gonna do it. So Jamie's excellent. Ray Charles, you fucking clitorisuses, and who were you married to? You're young, right?
Yeah, I'm 26.
Why'd you get married so young? Because you're from Florida?
Because I'm from Florida.
That's kind of part of it?
Part of it. I also met a woman that I loved that I was like, oh, yeah, this is great. And this is very stable and my life is good. So I'll just keep this going.
And what does she do for work?
She's a midwife. So she delivers babies.
Jew babies only.
Yes,
Really?
Specifically.
Yeah. Hasidic Jew babies.
Yeah.
So she's
Only.
getting in early. What you're telling me.
Yeah.
These kids.
Yeah.
Don't forget about them.
Yeah, when the takeover happens, we'll be good.
Why it's like Orthodox?
Yeah.
Got it. And I know a lot about Jewish people.
Wait, do you?
No, I just know just from Elon Gold, the comedian.
Oh,
I just
love
know,
Elon.
like, yeah, he's like, he's reformed, he's something.
Have you ever seen Elon? Okay, so there's like a Jewish circuit as well for everybody who does no clue about this. And there's a few guys who are like the kings of that circuit. So
Yeah.
like Modi and Elon.
Modi and Elon, yeah.
And have you ever seen them do a show for an all Jewish audience?
Crush.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
I want to go. I'll understand
Elon does
almost nothing.
a Christmas Eve show in LA. And it's all Jewish people, and it's harder. It's the hardest room ever because he's like, because all Jewish people think they're funny, so they're all like, all right, like they all think they're the funny ones in there. So like they're watching, going like, nah, I've seen better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's not like a crush.
They do. He does. You ever see a guy who speaks Spanish crush in front? I remember I took my buddy Bijan, the editor. Shout out to Bijan, edited Spell Show, all my specials burst, but he's excellent. By the way, I loved on your special how you all took editing credit.
Yeah.
Like, no, I got in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Great.
1 minute per day.
What do you
That's how
mean?
long? Took 1 day per minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
I don't think you loaded it in right.
Everything is intentional. Every little thing.
I don't think you loaded. It shouldn't take that long.
I mean, I would love it not to, but it was really specific.
All right.
Yeah.
But Bijan came to a show Dave was doing, and Fluffy, Gabe Iglesias was on, and Fluffy did a punchline in Spanish.
And forget it.
At an amphitheater.
Crazy.
In the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And my buddy looked at me and was like, he said something, couldn't hear him because the screaming was so. But I'm assuming that's what I've seen Elon crush like that with like a Yiddish reference, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
And
but I like that. I like seeing like
I do too.
Comedians in front of the audience that has their knowledge base as well.
Yeah.
Right? So like a lot of times it's fun. Like when we work these bits out at clubs, like, yeah, they're strangers, they might not know who we are, and it makes our tongue really sharp and makes the jokes really great. But then taking those great jokes and putting them in front of the people that know like 90% of the things you know, so you know everything's sticking. Like I remember even seeing like George Lopez's special back in the day. And it's just, and that's what Chris's was, bringing the pain.
Yeah.
Like it was this, you get those magical moments where the audience and comedian, same page and just eruptive.
Yeah. And it's like on Bring the Pain, the camera shakes.
I love that. You told me that story.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's like Shea Stadium used to fucking
move a little bit.
And it was like, why is this moving?
Yeah.
Because they're crushing so hard.
We were talking about this before the pod, but like Chris doing the special live, right? And how
Chris Rock's doing a live Netflix special,
right? So his
It'll
next
be the
special,
first of its kind.
Yeah, it's gonna be live, and like it's a tricky situation. One, it creates the urgency, which I'm sure that's the idea, which is, oh shit, anything could happen. We got to watch this live, which I'm sure Netflix is trying to do right now. It's like the toughest thing for them is get people to watch, right?
Yeah.
Outside of like word of mouth, like if people start talking, I mean, all right, I was messing Robbie about this actually, and I was like, yo, just tell your fucking boss, allow people to screenshot. You can't screenshot Netflix.
Oh, so you can't meme it. Yeah.
And it's like, this is the simplest thing, screenshot.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it was Mr. Beast was on the pod, he's like, or maybe he texted me this, but he's like, the only reason anybody knows Mandalorian is because Baby Yoda was every meme for 6 months. Yeah. And that's the biggest PR push you could possibly get.
Yeah, you're right.
Netflix doesn't allow that. It's just like, let the fucking thing go
Well, you can
out.
take a picture of your screen.
But that's pain in the ass. Like the Dahmer show, as big as that was, that would be every fucking
most people watch on their phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. So I'm curious. Okay, so they're trying to create some urgency, but as a comedian,
I'd love for them to take your advice and piracy fucking skyrockets.
Yeah, that'd be
like, but I'm telling you, it's worth. Tell your boss, it's all gonna pay off.
I just tank Netflix.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I think it's super ballsy to do, and I'm like, for example.
Well, to your point,
he
doesn't have a minute a day to edit it.
That's a good point. Fuck.
He's
so it's
not,
just edited
so
right
it's
there.
not. It's a live cut. I would assume the guy who's directing is the guy named Marty Callner, who's done a ton of live stuff.
But he should also do Chris's show.
He'll do. I'm sure they'll recut it.
No, I mean like he should go to Chris's shows with more or less the same camera set up, so he knows where to push in on certain jokes.
I'm sure he will.
Okay.
By the way, have you seen Kevin Hart's show?
Kevin Hart's show?
His arena show that he's doing?
No.
He's got 6 cameras.
Yeah.
But he has, like, they know where to cut.
This is fucking what we want to do. Yeah.
They know when to cut, and you just have to rehearse it twice.
So we went to BTS, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that Korean pop band, right?
Do I?
And do you? and the point was, like, how do you entertain a stadium of people? And how do you keep them locked in, right? And it's exactly what they did. The whole thing is choreographed to the cameras, and the whole thing plays out on the screens.
Yeah, Kevin has push-ins.
Yeah, and you just got to know where the bits are.
Yeah, he does the thing where he shits in his hand. They cut to it, so he's like got his. And I was like, yeah, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, like he rehearsed it.
Yeah, and you need to for a place that size.
Yeah,
we had Huberman on. Do you know Dr. Huberman?
I know the name.
Yeah, you've probably seen stuff. He's a neurologist, and he's got all this stuff. He's the one that's telling everybody you got to get sunlight first thing in the morning.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah, I think I followed him recently.
Brilliant dude. Yeah. And we were asking him just about story in general. Like, I'm kind of obsessed with story. And he goes, so here's the thing. I don't know why stories are so impactful, but I do know one thing. They've done tests on stories where they'll like have entire groups, watch a story or listen to a story, and all I can tell you is the data shows that the entire group is having the same emotional upticks at the same exact time while they're watching the story. And that's different than just giving a speech with a premise or whatever. When something is built into story, the same emotional reaction is happening at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think that's
what music does too. Music I score the end of my closing monologue is there's music under it, and it just makes it more effective. It's a James Blake, because a friend of mine gave me a song. And it makes it way better. I mean, that's the trick with music. That you can trick an audience with music and make it seem like, but it is you can almost cue where they're going to cry.
It's not even trick. It's like you can just like
it's cueing them. It's not. Yeah, it's not. But you think that there should be that like a camera in the. Is it about the camera work?
Well, what they did is the whole show is choreographed, so you really watch the show on these massive screens behind, and it creates that intimacy that you don't have when you're back here. Now, music has that reaction baked in. When a song is crescendoing, everybody's feeling it.
Well, you ever go to a concert and you're like, these motherfuckers. Like, the responses they get.
It's crazy.
Lights out.
It's crazy.
There's like a vocabulary. People know what to do.
Yeah.
I say what city I'm in. You guys all cheer. I mentioned I bring out a special guest. Even if you don't care, you cheer. Like, just all like, it's all tricks.
Yeah.
And people are really into it in a way that's completely outsized from what we get because music goes to a different part of people.
Yeah.
Like an unconscious part of nonverbal.
But I think story taps into a little bit of that.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why, and I'm sure you've noticed this, when you're in a big venue doing jokes, there are certain jokes that you have that are stories, and there's certain jokes that you have that are premise, punchline, right? The story holds attention in a way. Yeah. Right? Like, you create that information gap, and the audience, doesn't matter how many of them are there, they're like, wait a minute, where's he going with this? What's going to happen here? I need to know exactly what's going to happen. They're leaning in, just like you do right there. Whereas, like, with the premise, it's like, okay, you might trick me, or this is interesting, but I don't need to know.
But I know what genre I'm in, and it's going to be over quickly, so I can just check out.
Yeah, and it's no surprise to me. I think you even pointed that out. Maybe it was the other day, which is like, you look at guys like Kevin, who are storytellers, and they can hold that space.
Or Dave's
storyteller.
I mean, he had storytelling cues when we were 19.
Your fucking Mark Twain thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There is a story that you're telling it, and you feel it, right?
Yeah.
You feel the whole room on the same exact page.
Yeah.
It's kind of special, man.
It's great. It's amazing. I mean, do you tell any stories? The thing at the end, the Netflix story is like, I sit down, you sit down a lot, where it's like, I have like storytelling cues just from telling stories to people, but like, Snoop's really good at telling stories.
Yeah.
Where I go like, all right, now watch this. Did it just like little fucking flourishes. And it's fun. It's a different, you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
Because people are like, and then so-and-so comes. Like, it's great. Yeah. It's a different thing.
Which is what you need when you get into these big venues. You need everybody's attention held because it's so easy to be distracted. Like we were in a big venue the other day when we were watching someone, and you could hear people start to have conversations, and there's no fucking usher to tell them to shut up.
Yeah.
You can't even hear them. They're so fucking far away. So it's like, how do you make them talking feel inconvenient to the people around them?
You could be at an arena show, and if your tickets are not good, it's almost like the TV is on.
Yep.
And it's playing Kev or whoever you go see, a comic who does arenas. I think you're right to include that shit. Dave had a good observation a long time ago, which is he would put himself in every premise.
Yes.
It's not like, did you see what's happening at the grocery store?
Yeah.
Sebastian's really good at that too.
Louis too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the store.
Yeah.
He said to me, it's like it just makes it more.
It becomes that story, that experience. You need to see what fucking happened.
And in an arena, you're right. You do have to. I mean, I'm like when I do another special, I'm gonna have more video than has been classically acceptable.
Really?
There's no downside.
Yeah.
I mean, the video in this one's crazy and informative.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There was a cut I did where, like, when I talk about dogs, I cut to my dog.
Yeah.
Just for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
But if you do it with everything, you could almost do. I mean, I got ideas where it's like I would front load it and then talk whatever. But I don't. The idea of doing a stand-up special that's just me on stage talking is just feels like passé.
Yeah.
It just feels like, do some.
Yeah.
You can do more. You can just do more than that than just like me, then I. And I don't like shows where they cut to they tried a couple of them where they cut to like illustrations of jokes.
Of the joke coming out. Yeah, I don't think you necessarily do that.
It still needs to be like theater of the mind.
Yeah.
But you can soup it a little.
I mean, show it. I mean, use the media if you have it.
Yeah.
100%. And if it aids the joke in any way, I think that's great, especially if it's like this real story. I mean, what's it called? Sam Minaj has had a lot of success with this.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sometimes like comics, we're so worried about like what other comics will think that...
I believe that there was a class of comics that worked the cellar who refused to move on stage. Because it was like...
It's hacky
corny.
if you... Yeah.
Like he walked.
Yeah, how dare he?
He like did act outs like a queer.
Yeah.
Like it was just a bad habit.
Yeah.
That we all get like shame. We shame each other for like...
And the game can't evolve.
Yeah.
And sometimes you suggest things, you try things, and they suck. And we all make fun of ourselves for it. It is what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But sometimes... Did we just walk Mark?
Yeah, well, I'm out.
We just walk Mark. No,
I'm gonna walk on stage if I want to, okay?
But yeah, having that, I don't know, having that extra gear, that's why I think it's cool what you're doing, because all these things exist. Like when I tried to tell people about the show, I'm like, yeah, you have to understand, it's great stand-up throughout. Like you could be on stage at a theater just doing your hour with no blocks.
I did it.
That's how you warmed it up.
Places. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, when I'm looking at like, and I always explain this to people, it's like the hour has to kill in the beginning.
Yeah.
We can add the antics and fun for the audience after the hour murders.
Yeah.
This other stuff isn't covering up the fact that it's not funny.
No, it's not like...
it's elevating it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It makes it more of like... transcendence a big word, but like... Just make it as good as you fucking can.
Yeah.
Just use every weapon you have.
Yes.
To make it... Because
make it interesting,
people can watch everything that's ever been recorded now. Fucking everything. So if I can do more than just stand there, it's the thing I've said on other podcasts, but Eddie Murphy told Chris, the reason Chris paces is because Eddie Murphy told Chris, if you stay in one place, the audience knows where you are. So they don't even have to look at you. They can just look at their phone. I mean, this is before phones, but it used to be their drink or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're pacing, there's like the human dynamic of, is this person gonna fuck with me?
Yeah.
So you have to watch.
Yeah.
What I think you should do is get one of those little buddy things, because you like to sit down, right?
In a smaller space, yeah. In a bigger space, I like to fill the room a bit.
Right. Oh yeah, you didn't sit in your special.
No, but in like a small club, I kind of like to pull everything in.
Yeah.
I like to even be like really small because I want it to, I guess.
See if it works.
Exactly, yeah. I want to be as small as possible. No, I don't want to act anything out. I even be like quiet. And like this is something I kind of picked up from Chris, to be honest. I would see Chris working out and it wasn't like Chris rockified.
He doesn't put anything on it.
Yeah. And I was like, man, why is he doing it? And then I think someone told me, he was like, he wants to make sure it works.
Yeah.
And once it kills like that,
Yeah.
put the sauce on it.
Yeah.
What up, everybody? We're in different clothing right now, and Neal had to step out for one moment, and look who we replaced him with.
I'm back, baby.
Look at that. We got the sing in the building.
Let's go.
We had to bring back Akash so we could talk about the greatest World Cup in the world, the real greatest World Cup.
Yep.
Not this cricket one, the real greatest World Cup.
Yep.
Which is the World Cup of soccer.
India's gonna win.
That kind of, yeah, maybe.
It's a hot take.
Are they in it?
Definitely hot take.
Yeah,
Not
I
in it.
don't. No. England is pretty good this year. I think
Wow.
Like I said, India's gonna win because the prime minister is Indian, you cucks.
Yeah. Okay.
That is the best payback right there.
What is that?
Like, they cucked them, and now it's like, oh, I'm running your shit right now.
Yeah, that's what's
That
up,
is
bro.
that is kind
Hey,
of.
I know. I relate.
That is kind
I
of.
relate to Barack.
Yeah, let's
That's
go.
fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. Okay, well, that's a good take. Listen, we're big soccer fans here. Ronaldo, Messi, Suarez. Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah,
Mbappe.
That's
You know what I mean? Pulisic.
Mo Salah,
Mo Salah.
Benzema.
Benzema. Mordovic.
Yeah, Mordovic.
Mordovic.
What's up?
From Croatia, midfield. Name a player, I'll tell you position. Name any player, I'll tell you position.
Luis Suarez.
Striker.
Kareem Benzema.
Striker.
Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, defense.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Oh,
That's
great
not a bad
midfielder. Great midfielder. Defense.
Yeah.
I knew he was
Marcelo.
defense. I don't know why I didn't fucking. Oh, that's
you gotta
defense.
trust your heart, bro.
I didn't know why I didn't trust the defense. Marcelo
Yeah.
defense. Yeah.
Leo Messi.
Oh, definitely striker, bro. Come on.
Sergio Roberto.
Is he Brazilian?
No. Spanish.
I don't know. What position?
D.
Defense. Yeah. Name more.
I'm impressed, dude.
Neymar.
Come on, bruh. Come on, Neymar striker.
Do you only know striker and defender? Is
That's
that-
the only ones y'all are saying. You don't know a single midfielder. I can name
Modric.
midfielders for day. Modric, midfield. Duh. Andres Iniesta, midfield. Duh. I literally know every position of anybody who's ever played
Schweinsteiger.
soccer. Schweinsteiger. Come on, bro. Striker, dog.
Boateng.
Oh, Boateng, defense.
Alaba.
Do you know this, or are you just saying?
He's just saying this.
I'm right. Why don't you know? You wearing a whole soccer shirt.
I gotta look him up. I don't know every fucking position.
Yeah, he
Sometimes they
don't
start in
know.
different
How do I
positions.
know more positions than
He
you, son?
doesn't.
I know all the positions.
You
How do I
really
know
are
more
not a
positions
fan.
than you?
Mueller.
Say what?
Mueller.
Oh, striker. guaranteed.
Mueller.
Yo,
You really
Mark
are
is
not
like
a fan,
girl
though.
who loves football.
They don't know shit about. Yeah, she
she just loves. She just loves
I don't
to
have all
go.
day to watch sports.
And all that
About
type of shit.
football like Akash knew about India, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking pathetic. Both of you are sad, pathetic
I agree
people.
with that.
I don't have all day to be fucking watching games and shit.
Yeah,
all day.
Kibble dabbling about shit you don't fucking know. And I've had enough of it. All right, say one more player. I guarantee I get it right. Say one more player.
Pele.
Pele.
Yeah.
Come on, son. Nanny or something that Brazilians do pretty well.
All right, who do you think wins the World Cup?
Say what?
Who wins?
Oh, U.S. is taking it this year.
We have the
Who's
team.
a close second?
Say again?
Who's second?
US.
Close second is probably U.S. too.
Yeah.
All right. Who's a far third?
Third, I'd probably put U.S.
USA? Yeah.
Does anybody matter?
How about this? How about
Outside
this?
of
Who
first
is the
place?
U.S. beating in the championship game?
They're gonna have to beat
France.
themselves.
Yeah,
to
we
be
did
honest with
ourselves.
you. I could only really.
If we lose, it was because we were in our heads.
exactly,
mental,
so we just
yeah.
beating ourselves. So yeah. U.S. U.S. got it this year, man. Matter of fact, if you put money down, you could do that shit with Bet Online. Did you know that?
What?
You can do it Bet Online. BetOnline.ag, and they're gonna match your initial deposit bonus, 50% of it. They're gonna
How much
match
you
it.
gonna
How does
that
it?
on
Do you have to use a promo code?
I'm
or
putting
anything?
at least. Well, listen, they're gonna match 50% up to $1,000. So I'm gonna put $1,000 in. That's $500 extra dollars to
How do you
gamble
get the?
win
You
on
have to put
USA.
like a promo code or
So
something?
yeah,
or
you gotta put the promo code Flagrant. Duh.
Bro, you can put
Dude.
at least 10K probably.
Say again.
If you put 10K, it looks like the money line is like you could stand to win hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Yeah, put like the value of like 2 Bitcoin, and then you don't lose as much when
I'll
at
probably
the end of this
do
thing.
that, to be honest with you.
by
I'm
the,
probably
by the
gonna
end
do
of the
that.
World Cup, you won't lose as much.
I'm literally probably gonna do that.
There you go.
I'm gonna do that.
You should bet Mark on France and USA.
Oh.
They're not
I
gonna play
don't
each
know how
other.
that works, but I get it.
They're not gonna play each other.
Who gets farther? France has a way bigger advantage, but it would be way more fun if France
How do
loses.
they got it?
Oh, you should take that bet. Mark gives you odds. Like 5
I don't want
to 3
no
or whatever.
pussy ass odds.
Yeah.
Just want straight up?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
a man. I do straight up bets.
Exactly.
Okay, what's the bet?
Bet online gives you odds, though. So that's probably something.
Parlays are
Yeah.
pussy.
You want to go make tons of money? Go to Bet Online.
Okay, there you go.
All right. If you try to make tons of money and be rich, go to Bet
Come on,
Online.
son.
If you trying to bet your boy and lose money off of straight pride, then do what I'm about to do right now. USA versus France.
Yo,
I'll give you
$1,000.
odds, bitch boy.
beach.
Bitch boy.
So you
I'll
take-
give you odds right now.
Okay, go.
I'll give you odds right now.
Okay, so
Yo, you saw if you take odds, bro.
You want odds?
Take
You
odds.
odds, bro.
You want odds?
Take odds.
Yo,
whatever gets me out of this weird thing.
want some odds?
Take odds.
You want some
This is a little
motherfucking-
beach boy right
You
here,
little
boy.
beach
You
boy.
little beach
You
boy
want
right
some
here.
odds, beach boy?
Take odds.
Go. Go.
Take
Go.
10 to 1 odds.
You want some
Take it.
odds?
What's so funny?
3 to
How are you
1.
gonna say
I'll
you
give you
want
3
some
to 1 odds.
3 to 1
4
odds.
to 1. I'll give you evens.
What does that mean?
I'll give you evens. We can go 4 to 1.
What does any of
I
this
give
mean?
you
Right.
evens. 4 to 1 evens.
Oh, you don't understand how to gamble,
No,
bro?
I don't. Explain it to me. What does this mean?
I'm giving you 3 to 1, bro.
You know how when you sign up on Bet Online, they give you
there's
they
different
match
odds
half
for
the
different
thing?
bets.
Boom.
I'm giving you 3 to 1.
Okay.
Okay, do you want 3 to 1 or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Do it. That's perfect.
Do you know what that even means?
I'm signed up. Let's
It
do
means 3 to 1. How much you betting?
at least $100.
Wow, you take
I don't know how to do it with $100. I know how to do it with 1 and 3 at least.
Okay, let's do $3.
All right, bet. Ooh. I think you gotta bet 1, bro. I think you gotta bet 1 and I'll bet 3.
Okay, I'll bet $1.
Otherwise, if you really want to know how this works, just go to betonline.ag. But if you just want to do it with the math with me, you gotta bet 1 and I'm gonna bet 3. And I think if I win, you gotta give me that dollar, beast boy.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that.
Wait, if I win, you're gonna give me $3?
That sounds crazy right now, son. Is that what odds are? You telling me BetOnline is offering odds?
And they be offering odds and parlays and all kinds of
Holy shit.
crazy.
I know.
Holy
I know.
shit.
I know.
Holy
Nuts.
shit.
You got a good deal, bro.
I know it seems like pretty
Did we
good.
make that bet?
Nah, it's done. That's a done deal.
God damn, bro.
I'll see you at the finish line. That's
Yeah,
great.
you will.
Where's Neal?
I don't know, man. We should get back to Neal, bro.
I gotta go.
All right, peace.
ya later.
All right,
Peace.
bye. Okay.
Do you want to talk about the pod a little bit?
Oh yeah, well I'm starting a pod where I'm gonna the thing about my show's called Blocks because they're like blocks of they're the parts of me that feel like make me feel like something's wrong with me or like I'm isolated in the world or I'm different or weird or whatever. But I'm gonna have people on talking about what their blocks are. Even if they don't exist, even if they've overcome them. Like if they were an alcoholic, we can talk about that and whatever, and it'll be funny and I'll get good people.
We talked about drugs a little bit before while we were
Yes.
out there, and you mentioned the special that DMT hurt you.
DMT, I go on record, ayahuasca, I still got the anklet on that you guys
Hey.
shot on last year.
Yeah,
It's still there.
You covered it up though, so a little insecure.
That's an accident because I wanted you guys to see my NBA socks. Did a bunch of ayahuasca, excellent, amazing.
You believed in God after?
Yeah, literally was an atheist before, had a God experience, was like, okay. I was here and I wasn't going to regular ayahuasca circles because I don't know. I knew of one here, but it just wasn't good. So somebody offered me a thing called Bufo, which is the thing Mike Tyson talks about, the toad.
Oh, yeah.
5-MeO DMT.
Yeah.
It's like supercharged DMT. Even DMT is crazy, and 5-MeO is like the absolute crack, like nuclear bomb of psychedelics. So I was against my better. It always sounded too severe to me, and I was like, I went against my better judgment and did it, and it was too severe for me.
What happened?
When you first do it, they say a guy named Michael Pollan who wrote a book about called "How to Change Your Mind." He said that it's like going to before the Big Bang. And that's exactly where I went, and it was. I didn't understand direction, breathing. I didn't know. I think I was like an amoeba. Like it was fucking insane. I like felt myself form the first synapse. Like insane shit, right?
Were you scared in the moment? Like what?
Yeah,
Are you even able to process fear?
I was trying to comprehend what was happening. And your brain, I told somebody it was like drowning on incomprehensibility. Imagine your brain drowning on trying to comprehend and orient yourself.
Can you see your hands?
Your hands are closed. Your hands are closed.
Whoa.
I'm sometimes that acts up, guys. No, your eyes are closed. So you're out. You're like out. You're like under it. You're like under, so to speak.
How long?
The first time is you inhale and you're out for like 20. You're like you ever do whippets?
Oh yeah, one time.
It's like whippets, but whippets is like 9 seconds.
Yeah.
This is like, for some people it's 5 minutes. For some people for me it was 20. But within the 20, it's less disorienting in that like you slowly, your personality comes back.
And you're unconscious that whole
Yeah.
time? What the fuck?
Jesus.
So
right?
It's wild. You can look it up on YouTube. It's
So never again.
Some people scream during it. Some people fight. Some have to get hold. I was just laying there. No surprise. Let's be honest. I wouldn't do it if you offered me $1 billion. Literally, because what happened was, so I had that experience, which was like wild, but like, okay, I inhaled at 8. I was walking home at 9. Like, all right, this is. But the thing that happened was there's a thing called reactivation where like they used to call like acid flashbacks or whatever.
Yeah.
Reactivation where you go kind of back into it. It happened to me 6 days later.
For how long?
2 days.
So,
It was, I told Rogan I would have killed myself. I was halfway between alive and in the infinite. So I'm on a coffee date and I literally am like, my consciousness is disintegrating. Like I'm looking at this woman and like, it's like static on the right side. Like insane. And I,
did
one
you
point,
tell her?
No.
You just thugged it out?
Kind of hard to explain, right? Like,
Yeah, it's like you. Yeah. I knew I couldn't talk to a therapist. I knew I was so far beyond comprehension that it's like people say like you get a 35,000 foot view of life. I had a 35 trillion foot view. I was so far out and so aware of how old the earth was, how old the universe is, that I couldn't watch Apple TV screensavers, like mountains and shit. I was like, no, I can't look at this shit. Like I literally couldn't. That lasted months. The 2 days was so disorienting where I was like, am I in God's imagination? It felt like it was like in Casino, the credit sequence of Casino where he's just like spinning around and I'm in the city. It's a Sunday, Monday. And I just was like calling people I knew. I had the thought, it's really kind of bleak, but I was like, I would kill myself. This is so disorienting. I would kill myself, but I know I'm just going into more of it.
Because killing yourself isn't even relief.
It's not a reprieve.
It would have been completing where I was.
It's permanence. It's committing to the eternal.
To the thing that you hate the most.
It's not even I hate.
Staying
It's
alive
just
was your only option.
right. It's just incomprehensible. It's not comprehensible. Like I was in I don't know where I thought this or dreamt this, or maybe it was in the DMT like window, the 10-minute window.
Yeah.
Where it's like God is there. Like a God force, the central creation beam of the universe. Force, not a person. A person couldn't make a black hole. It's a force. I felt it. I saw it as like a black monolith that was like tilted like this, and I'm down here, and it was like, and I looked. There was another person there, and I was like, "This is God," and they knew, yeah, this is God. And then we both get like a force from the force. Our brains are wiped. And I'm like, what are you? What am I? I'm getting the chills talking about it. What's anything? Like so far beyond anything a human being should experience. For real. So I got 1% better every day. Ironically enough. Literally, like, I just knew. And one time I went to the dentist, did laughing gas, had to start over.
No.
Like, literally, like, inhaled, went like, all right, we got to stop real quick. Because I went to the white place, not Applebee's. Hashtag fell for racism. I went to that place and was like, all right, can we just take a break real quick? But I got a little better every day. And I was fully recovered by like May, June. This was last November. So it took maybe more. It took 7 months.
Whoa.
Now here's the punchline. I'm better. I'm better than I was last October.
Emotionally happier.
My better comedian, happier, can fall in love easily.
Dick game
Never off the charts.
Crazy.
Like more connected, more empathetic, probably more intuitive. Just every part of me is better. But if you given me the option, I think I would say no. Like if you went back in time and said, like, would you do it again? With knowing the outcome, I would say no. Because it was so insane.
Do you think you're better as a result of doing that?
Yeah,
okay.
I do. That's the thing. It's like an on-off switch. It's just like a simple, like, one way before and after.
What did you have to go through, you think, to get here? Like, what do you think that was? Was it a blockage or something?
I think it resets you. I think it resets your spirit for real. Like, I think that we don't have any conception of what's really happening. I think we kind of do.
Yeah.
We know, like,
we've invented some structures. We've invented some rituals.
I think most of life is orientation and structure.
Yeah.
We're very good at it.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any clue what's happening.
And
because I smoked a thing.
Yeah.
And then
the more
for 4 or 5 months, I was not myself. I couldn't look at sunsets. I literally couldn't look at mountains because we have these blinders on. You know when someone says, "Hey, that mountain's 500,000 years old," and they're crazy, you go, "Oh, it's crazy," and nothing happens.
It happened.
Fucking lived it.
So
was aware of how long 500,000 years was.
Yeah.
Wasn't that long, by the way.
Yeah.
To me, it kind of still isn't. My entire orientation of the human life,
time
is I was like, I kind of saw. I had a joke with myself, which was like, God going like, "So you like patterns, do you?" Come on. I'll show you a fucking pattern.
You want to see all the patterns ever?
Yeah, that's what it felt. To the point where they were like, I couldn't go to a therapist. I'm like, I can't talk to someone. I know what this is, and I cannot speak to somebody about this.
Yeah, you know how oftentimes the most thoughtful.
Now, having said that, if you look at comments on video podcasts, people go like, Neal seems lighter.
I felt that.
No, I know. I do. And it's that.
Yeah.
It's ayahuasca.
I also don't
and
get
that.
the heaviest version of you, I don't think.
He doesn't. He's dead. He died.
No, okay. So you know how oftentimes the people who are incredibly thoughtful have great observations and even self-aware observations about life. I think you fall into this category, or at least you did maybe in the past when you bear. No, I'll explain why. You bear the weight. Of that awareness.
Yeah.
Right. Like looking at life for what it is, looking at human existence for what it is kind of unhealthy. It creates some great art, some great writing. Like you look at some of the observations these people had, and you go, "Oh wow, this is beautiful." What is the cost for that beauty? Right?
Yeah.
You just got that self-awareness not only for you, for human existence, for mountains, for time, for everything in 1 minute. And isn't that maybe that's the lesson there is yo, if you go too deep, you're going to be miserable, Neal.
Well,
if you try to figure out everything.
I went too far. It's like I went too far.
Yeah.
I was just trying to feel better.
Yeah. And
I did. I got that.
By stepping away from it.
But I was already so far removed.
Yeah.
So it just made it worse to the point. Did you see what William Shatner said about space?
No.
He was on
he did the Virgin flight or something. Oh, the Bezos.
He's it made me sad beyond anything I could have comprehended. because he didn't. It's so dark and so desolate, and it made him miss humans and Earth life and just like human connection.
Yeah.
I'm now of the mind like that we're like infinite spirits in these bodies, whatever. Like
that's I don't know.
But it also it's when I say like believing in God is helpful. It makes me optimistic that like I'm literally just here for 80 years.
Yes. So what are you going to do with that fucking time?
Yeah.
So that's the toughest thing for me. It's like I look at
I'm going to crush ass.
That's a pretty good use.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for the other 79 years?
Why are you crushing ass? No, but like you look at it and you go like, okay, I love the stuff that this level of self-awareness creates, but at the same time, like, do I want to pay that price? Or can I create equally as fun, interesting, and beautiful things without going to a place that does create darkness?
It's like Adam and Eve shit.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Also
like you eat the fruit of knowledge and evil. Like,
and you have to deal with the repercussions of that shit.
But I would argue that it was, when comics say like, well, I don't want to be happy.
Fuck that. That's the dumbest thing
I've never bought that. Because what you'll come to realize pretty quickly is these are reflexes.
What do you mean by that?
I go the white place, Applebee's. It's fucking it's just I speak the language. It's like I know my brain's gonna spit jokes out.
Yes.
Just by nature and by practice.
Yeah.
I don't need to be miserable.
Steph Curry hits threes if he's happy or sad.
Like he doesn't even if he thinks it's not gonna go in.
Yeah. I agree. I think people lock themselves to it in that way. I think there are other other things that will like inspire jokes, but that is something that I'm concerned about. It's like leaning too far into what this existence is can create misery, and maybe what we should be doing is enjoying this existence.
Yeah, but if you're predisposed that way to like look and observe and all that shit, it's hard to break.
That's true.
You have
it's
to
addicting.
Break your brain.
Well,
but I had to do was it was like a hard reset, but you know how when you do a hard reset, the computer shuts down?
Yeah.
I was doing it like live. So I'm on a coffee date and like, which even for a robot's hard. So it was just difficult to take.
Have you had other people connect and like commiserate with that specific experience, or was it purely
one woman heard me talk about it on Rogan and said she had the same experience.
Interesting.
Like a lot of out of millions.
You've seen a lot of this, especially with the psychedelics, like the DMT and like the ayahuasca. There are these kind of shared experiences in this shadow space or whatever you call that you go. You see the gnomes.
The Michael Pollan thing, he said in his book Before the Big Bang, and then I had it, and then I read the book and saw that and was like, fuck, that's exactly what happened. So like it wasn't. I feel like there's like 20 experiences within that space, and you'll have them in random order, and sometimes you'll get some stuff, you won't get another. Somebody will appear, your grandma, like.
Do you think that this, and I'm sure that people have written about this, but like, I think even Rogan did something about how like, the Abrahamic religions were inspired by like mushroom use.
There's a theory. Like,
does that make more sense after doing this stuff?
Made man stand. I think that jungles, deserts, whatever. I think not city, not urban. I think that it's so much more naturally connected to not the spirits, for lack of a better word. Like they'd say like ayahuasca is a vine to the cosmos.
Yeah.
So you're just more. It's just easier. It's just less fucking input, so that you can have.
It gets everything out of the way, so you can have a direct connection.
Yeah, I just think it's like. I just think it's like when you have time, you can, meditate. You can just do stuff. There's more ceremonies. Ayahuasca is the only ceremony I've ever been to where I was like, oh, this is great. It was like what church thinks it is. It's the first spiritual experience I've ever had where it was like, oh, okay, this is real.
Okay, take me through real quickly.
We got to go soon, by the way.
Yeah. So you're going to this as Neal Brennan, the comedian.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing the shaman and his shaman outfit if he's wearing, like, please bring me through Neal Brennan before taking ayahuasca and every observation you have. Like, does it live up to all the hackiness?
I call it beyond Lilith Fair.
What is Lilith?
Lilith Fair was a like all-female acoustic rock tour in the 90s.
Oh, that's
like
pretty
Sarah
gay.
McLachlan, yeah. Sarah McLachlan and whatever. It's so far it's a level of whiteness I've never. No, they don't shave. The women don't shave. They don't shave nothing. Natural deodorants.
Yeah.
And within 20 minutes, you're just as earnest as they are.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Like, just as like, I don't judge. I'm just like, yeah, that's Spirit Willow. I know a woman named Spirit Willow.
And it makes sense.
And I don't question it. I accept it. I don't go, come on, sweetie, what's your real? Her name's Spirit Willow. Fine. I get it, kind of. Not real, but like I get what, I know the space you're talking about now. So that's the fun part. Is
Does the behavior and culture that comes out of that scene make sense once you've experienced it?
Some of it's just culture of just like
people are replicating things.
Yeah, it's just
of course,
I like that top, so I wear that. Like some of it's just that. No, but my take on culture after when I've done ayahuasca recently will be like, I don't like watching porn, violence, and it's not
because those things get locked in there.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's just like, yo, dog, fucking take it, eat like, yeesh. It's just a little bit like, eh.
Would you do ayahuasca again?
Yeah, I have. After a year and a half.
And does it take you back in there like the laughing gas?
No, I did it a couple weeks ago, and I remember thinking, man, my brain is fucking clean.
Wow.
Oh, explain that. You're saying you don't have as crazy an experience because there isn't that much to get out of the way.
Yeah, I think that's part of what happened. Like, I like reset me, and I was like, it was 2.5 weeks ago, and I was like, wow, my shit is really clear.
So I've heard a lot of people that are interested in it. I was even interested when we were in Miami. There was a guy named Shaman Omar who came on. We were talking a lot about it, and I wasn't ready for it. But I wonder if the uptick in curiosity and use of ayahuasca has to do with all this shit that we're putting in our brains right now. Like you said, like we're dirtying up the brain.
It's also...
Nobody in Wyoming is doing fucking ayahuasca. They don't need it.
They don't need to. By the way, like Native Americans, when they say medicine man, medicine woman... That was the person who drank ayahuasca. There was only one of them. So they would like do it for the whole tribe. And it's all Amazonian shit. So like they did San Pedro. They have like their own sort of entheogen, they're called. I can tell you from my DMs, like I'm making fun of people saying and diagnosing me. I've gotten thousands of DMs in 8 days. Like I can't answer. It's exhausting. Because people are so emotionally desperate.
Yeah.
That they're like, thank you for, I didn't relate to all of it, but that part and that, like, people are desperate.
Dude, and I know you got to get out of here, but it's really interesting time right now because, we were talking about why there's so many, why like the self-help, I don't want to call them gurus because it undermines them a bit, but like there's a lot of people that are pushing self-help and it's incredibly helpful to people and they're really drawn to it. And Mark had a good point. He's like, yeah, well, we don't really have religion.
We got no religion anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing, yeah.
So it's like there's self-help and then there's also plant medicine and there's all the shit that we're putting in our brains that religion would usually just go, hey, why don't you not take as much of that? So now you've got no governor on yourself. You're absorbing it. It's never been easier to get into your system.
That's why comics are popular. I told you this a long time. It's like the government's all corrupt.
Yeah.
The media is all corrupt.
Yeah.
Religion's either gone or corrupt. So there's no one around. There's no one on duty.
Yeah.
So they go, Jon Stewart, Michael Moore, Dave, Chris.
Yeah.
Now you, Joe, got that a beacon of at least clarity, some clarity.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's moral clarity, sometimes it's whatever.
Or at least joking about the bullshit that we have to do.
And that's the job now. Yeah. Whereas, it used to be, we had pillars in society that are all crumbled. All of them.
And comedians would challenge the pillars, but now there's no more pillars. Now comedians.
Now we attack each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no pillars left. There's none. They've literally all been debunked. Now, there's a second part of it, which is like a lack of religion is not good.
I agree with that.
Even something like Christianity, which is like, people always say like, it's Christianity calls every war ever. Okay, it's all, or religion, but it's also kept more people from getting punched in the face.
So many more.
Than any other force ever.
Yeah.
So
net positive.
Yeah, like maybe a net positive, even molested, like all in, tax breaks, corrupt,
net positive.
It's a super cop.
Yeah.
It's like a thing that'll keep people like super cop. Just like, oh no, you don't want to do it. God, no, God's watching.
Yeah.
My understanding of God is it's like not watching or it's like it's just is.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a message of love or certainly not punishment, but just so.
Have you spoken to Duval about this? Do you talk? Do you and Duval
I don't know
talk?
Duval. No.
We need to go have.
I would love to.
Dinner.
Yeah. So yeah, it's wild. It's like I went on a wild. Like, but I'm better. But it was like I couldn't. It's like I'll do it. Is there any other way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, thank you, legit, thank you. When I was in ayahuasca, whenever it would be hard a couple weeks ago, I kept doing the Charlemagne line, like, and we thank God for it all. I was getting my ass beat. Like, I just felt nauseous and fucking groggy as fuck. And I just kept thinking Charlemagne, like, and no, don't get me wrong. And we thank God for it all. I was getting whooped. It wasn't like DMT whooped, though. It was just nausea. And,
yeah.
We gotta go. Guys, thanks for watching Flagrant.
Yeah. Neal, we love you. We appreciate you. Make sure you go check out Blocks. You're the motherfucking best.
Thanks, bro.
Dude, love you guys. Be good, man. Peace.